Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 76 Scrim Night here with Bobby J and Racket. White Knights and Harbingers are going at it once again. This is their second map with the win coming on Watchpoint Gibraltar to the Harbingers. So this time around, do we expect anything different? Do you still expect the fire to be played here from Danio here, Racket?
Well, it definitely could come out. I've seen them play Sombra in the past as well, and it's a sort of composition that they like running with the D.Va and the Zarya. So what ends up happening is the Graviton Surge does come out, and you use the EMP to pretty much solidify the big wombo and get that D.Va ult down. You pretty much get a 6 wipe every single time if performed correctly. But I think the main thing that we have to look at this match, Bobby, is the hero pool of White Knights. If Danio does pose a threat again, are they going to adapt around him? What sort of resources, what answers do they have for this match? Because last game they didn't really have the correct answers, and the criteria wasn't really matching in that sort of sense. But Danio and this team's doing a fantastic job with that Pharah, and let's see if his Sombra can cause the same pressure. And I think he's going to lock it in.
So more of a typical lineup here for White Knights, a lot more meta, as you could say, running the D.Va, Reinhardt, Ana, Soldier 76. The Mercy and the Reaper are a little bit more unique, as we haven't seen Reaper too much lately in the past month of play, but Mercy we've definitely seen though, as Pixel Junior JPEG is an interesting name, as he's onto the Mercy this time around. As Guyman's come in nice and early, and he's going to get charged for his troubles. His team's there to back him up though, so they're doing a good job to support him. They've got a kill each here, and the hook comes on top of Rich White Man, popping his mech. As George is swinging around, he's going to charge on top of the point. He's got a nice charge there under Hollow Guy's taking him out.
Well, that went awfully quickly, but as soon as the charge came out, the grenade was placed on, they got a free pick, and they forwarded onto the point. And really, with this composition, it can really surprise you. You have that Sombra in with the flank. It doesn't provide that much instant damage, but she can hack an opponent, disrupt the momentum, and once you get that forward charge in, can provide a lot of problems.
Mech's being popped here by Rich White Man. Has given enough time though with the delays for his team to get back on top of the point, but they're struggling to turn things back around as everyone's starting to die one by one. Hollow Guys is on the run now to join the rest of his team closer to the spawn.
Yep, and look at the ultimates. So next fight, you're definitely going to favor them to win it again, because Danio has met, well, 3 of the members already have ultimates, and that's really going to make them happy. As the Christmas bells start ringing on this map, it's definitely in favor for Team Harbinger.
Harbinger doing a good job of, they're pressuring forward, creating space for the sled to come through the archway. So interesting, I get to say sled now because of the Christmas time here on this map. But Guyman did a good job pushing forward now, and they're going to start trying to break the shield of Kazuki now. So his shield's down, so they're going to have to wait for that one.
Yep, and the hook comes out, so this is really their time to go through, and they have the Earth Shatter. And this is really their time to shine. They have all ultimates up, and their resources are really going to shine throughout this fight. Scan
does get a kill back here, and the Earthshadow's going to come out for Kazuki, and they doesn't have too many members to follow up here, and they're going to have to fight through a Transcendence provided by Full Metal. The Earthshadow's going to come out from Jaws. He does one better. He slams down 3 members on the cart. The EMP is going to come out from Danio, so a lot of resources used here by the Harbingers. They need to make sure they win this fight and they push this card onto the next checkpoint.
Yep, so that Earth Shatter at the beginning from the White Knights, it sort of forced them to use their resources. I think that that Earth Shatter was a fantastic Earth Shatter, but the Zenyatta didn't end up dying. So after what happened, the Transcendence did come out. All the members then were immune with that healing, and then they just pretty much won that after the Zenyatta ult came down.
So they've pushed almost to the second checkpoint here, the Harbingers, as White Knights are coming back from the spawn point. Kazuki's got the nano boost, he's charged in here. He's going to be a little bit lost as he gets charged back by Jaws. The self-destruct is going to be landed here. He's going to pick up a double kill though for Rich White Man. So if the rest of the members of White Knights can gather up and get there in time, but no one's on top of the sled, and they're going to be able to push this pretty easily here, the Harbingers.
Yeah, I don't know how that D.Va ult got anyone, but that's irrelevant. They still managed to push through. D.Va ult is definitely a unique ability. We somehow see people get caught by it repeatedly. That exclamation mark isn't enough to forward people off from it, but the Winston has adapted in this comp as well, so they're looking to dive onto the backline.
It's Danio's trying to get some damage down now onto the top of Hello Guys. He's in sort of into the backline. There's a lot of team members split here for the White Knights, and that's not the position you want to be in defense. Everyone needs to be rallied up together, getting being inside Lucio's healing aura, and now they're getting slammed down by the Earth Shatter by Jaws. They have the Transcendence here, popped by Full Metal as well. Daniel hits the EMP. This is almost deja vu. We saw the same combination before on the first checkpoint.
Yep, and they used the Zenyatta to push in through there. I think the EMP was a bit overkill. They probably could have saved that. But the usage of that Zenyatta was very interesting. Since they have the Ana Zenyatta, they're more comfortable with pushing with the Zenyatta rather than using it as a retaliative tool. But the Mei has come out, and it looks like Team White Knights are using a stall team to try and hopefully stall this out.
They have a lot of members here to stall, but they have to deal with the whole hog from Gaimer splitting everybody up here, and Danny is there to combo with it. He's got a couple of kills, but Gaimer's going to get charged, but the Nano Boost has helped him keep alive here. He's going to get a couple of kills with it. As Rich White Man's the only one left on top of the sled. The mech's being popped now, and they deal with him pretty quickly. They'll be able to get a time down, and that's what they're going to do with 3 minutes and 41 seconds in the bank for the Harbingers.
Oh, Team Harbinger pretty much solidified the theory of, you know, they have more players that can step up to the plate. We saw their DPS player, I forgot what their name was, Daniel, I think, did a fantastic job on that Pharah, but they've showed the adaptation of, you know, Gaimar and Jaws showing up to the plate here, and they've done a fantastic job really showing the diversity of their team and saying, well, I can put my hand up too, I can attempt to carry this game. And when there's a Sombra, I haven't really talked about this too much. They responded to it well in the end. The Winston is a really good pick into the Sombra because once you hack a Winston, his Tesla gun's still going to cause trouble for you because there's not really that much you can do. But it seems to me that the adaptations are coming way too late. I honestly don't think the Reaper is a good pick from what we've seen so far with the Team Harbinger's hero pool. So we've seen them play Sombra and Pharah, and Reaper's not really going to do anything, but they've decided to change that up. Their stream's not being confirmed. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting, Bobby, because Hologeist is on the Bastion. I really want to see the Bastion, you know, something different maybe to push through this team, but I doubt we'll see it.
If they run the Winston, I'd like to see them have a Zenyatta, a D.Va. Well, they've got the D.Va. I think running a Zenyatta here would be good. You could have Tracer and Genji. And then instead of having the Reinhardt, you could probably run a Roadhog and just get everyone to just have a heavy dive comp and just deal with their team that way, just getting in the back line and making them adjust to your style, because they will have to. Their current setup probably wouldn't be able to deal with a dive comp that well with the Soldier 76. No one to really like flashbang. They've only got maybe like they got a Reinhardt Earth Shatter to stop people from getting in there, but they won't get that up in time. They got the hook from Gaiman and the Sleep Dart from Arcatuous, I think that's his name. But, I was going to throw it to you, but I just realised I was just speaking really a little bit too long, and the fight is already begun with Danio opening it up. We're on top of Rich White Man, so the defense here for the Harbingers already off to a good start with Full Metal getting the second kill. So Kamziki here, got the defense matrix up, but they should just start heading out here, the White Knights, and regroup because they've already lost the fight.
Right, so that was a not very well executed dive there. The whole point of a dive comp is you all dive onto the same person and you get like an instantaneous pick all at once while you're all gathering onto the point. They sort of, D.Va and Winston were in two different places. They had the Reinhardt charge out to the middle, and the team fight looked a bit scattered. They had the heal there from Arceus and Full Metal. They all seemed to sustain through it instantly because of the lack of single target focus, and therefore they lose the fight. Team Harbinger, good defense here.
The GLS scan, oh no, sorry, Glass scan, I apologise for getting your name wrong. As they start the fight now on top of the checkpoint, Nano Boost is on top of Rich White Man, but they've got to get through Full Metal's Transcendence. But Jaws is quite low. He lands an Earthshatter though, just before being taken out, but he's managed to stay alive here with the help of Daniel's Rocket Barrage off above, getting a lot of damage off, so the defense is going to breathe another sigh of relief here. They have blown a lot of ultimates though, but they still have a tactical barrage and Nano Boost.
Yep. That's definitely going to be a key in this fight. The tactical visor Nano Boost. I like to see the soldier go on the higher ground, so as the White Knights start pushing in and they get their engaged tools off of the Reinhardt Earthshatter, you can retaliate with that Nano Boost visor combo.
And the fight's going to continue to break out here with the tactical visor Nano Boost on top of Watch Fresh. He's in a good position though, but he's under a lot of pressure now, and the enemies are going to start surrounding him here, but Full Metal and Jaws have got to kill each here closer to the checkpoint as Gaimer gets the kill on top of Glass Scan. So, unable to capitalise with Watch Fresh's tactical visor Nano Boost, but the rest of the Harbingers did a good job to win the fight.
Yeah, definitely. They used the ultimate first, so they didn't wait for the White Knights to come in. So they could just say, D.Va, I want you to sit on this soldier as the nano visor is popped. If they waited for them to come in, then the D.Va would have been probably on another hero, which would allow the nano visor to come in and hopefully get a couple of picks for them. But it ends up working in the end.
Which right man, he's quickly awoken due to the rockets of Danio as he was taking a bit of a sleep at the gate. The rest of White Knights just hovering around, just picking and choosing when to go in. They still have 3 ultimates to work with here if they choose to head in. They'll be running into 4 ultimates though by the Harbingers. So Wombat House has just taken a fall here along with Pixel Jr. JPEG, so they don't have any supports here. And Danio is here to clean up.
Yeah, that's just that fight was definitely a bit scattered. We saw the hook come out, and Glass Scan was very aggressively positioned and ended up getting punished with the Reinhardt charge, and then randomly a D.Va ult came. It was all just sort of scattered. Obviously, they're a very new team, so this is expected, and it's very difficult, you know, to shot call when you have a new squad like this, and obviously comms looked a bit convoluted in that situation.
And it's taken out Danio here, so they're going to charge in here the offense, but the Nano Boost is on top of George, is doing a good job standing here with Gaimo, who flanked through the hotel, has got the kill on top of Pixel Jr., and they're just taking the wheels out from under White Knights by taking out the supports.
Yep, and Harbinger have 4 ultimates, and it looks like it's going to be a win here unless a miracle pops out.
Gaimo hits the whole hog, trying to prevent people from getting through, but then Earthshadow's going to come out from Rich White Man, who's been taken out by Full Metal. So people are starting to fall one by one from White Knights as they have no other choice than to run on top of the checkpoint. Rocket Barrage here for Danio to seal the deal, and that's going to be all she wrote. And it's going to be a nice clean sweep here, 3-0 for the Harbingers.
Yeah, great job from the Harbingers. They aggressively positioned a lot of the time as well, and they didn't really get punished for it. And this is what is expected, you know, against a new team. You can make these risky mistakes, but they need to be careful when they're going against teams of more experience, because they're not going to give you a lot of this leeway. Because normally, if you see a Pharah position that aggressively, you have the threat of a Roadhog hook coming out. But you know, the White Knights, they couldn't really coordinate properly. They were a bit split off, so they couldn't go in as a unit and say we need to pick off these targets, and they didn't have the experience of the comms. So that was a problem that was faced in this. But good job from the Harbingers, and they managed to bring it out here 3-0. Very impressive win from them.
Hopefully these teams decide to play another match. So as they decide on what map they're going to be choosing, we'll take a short break once again. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.